Welcome back, folks. I'm going to cut right to the chase today. I'm going to start off this design by placing a circle on my workspace. You can see here that we have some shapes. I'm going to place this rectangle or square on my workspace. And yeah, I don't need a rectangle. I need a circle. I know that. But we're going to change the color of this square to black. And just so that you know, regardless of what shape you have on your workspace, we can always just come up to edit and we can change that shape to whatever we like. Now, to create this design, you'd think that you would be able to place a shape like this on your workspace and then just duplicate it and twist it to create a circle. But what ends up happening is that the edges of your circle are straight. They're not like rounded. So that's not really what I want. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to take this shape and we're actually going to use a circle. So I've got a black circle here. I'm going to make that a little bit larger like this. Now, there's one thing I want to ask, that if you do learn anything in my tutorials, press that like button, subscribe, and turn your notification bells on. If you have a special request for a tutorial, I now have a form in the description of all my videos where you can submit your own request for a tutorial. And if you want to hear more about my live classes, just ask in the comments and I'll give you more information. So now that I have this black circle, I'm going to duplicate it and I'm going to make a smaller circle. But for this smaller circle, and we can see that it's centered in the middle, both horizontally and vertically, although we can't see it because it's black. So I'm going to change the color of that black circle to white. Here it is. Now I'm going to take that outer black circle and I'm just going to center it right in the middle, both horizontally and vertically. And I'm just going to make sure that that white one is also centered both horizontally and vertically. I'm now going to go back to elements, and under shapes, I'm going to select a line. Now you can also press L and that will place a line on your workspace. That line, I'm going to change the color to white. So here it is right here. And I'm just going to extend it. And when you're extending it, make sure it goes on the outside of that black circle. And I'm just going to take it and make sure that it is centered. So there it is right there. It is centered. I'm going to take another copy. And for this one, I'm going to make it 90 degrees. And if you have our time, you can always go to position, arrange, and down here, you can change the rotation to 90%. Sometimes I do have a hard time with it. So that's how we can make it so that it is a 90-degree angle. I'm going to take another copy of that and I'll just put that over here and match it right here, trying to place it in the middle as much as possible. And I'll make one more copy. And for this one, I'm going to drag it over here and drag this other one down here. Now, before we move on to the next step, make sure that these black spaces are going to be large enough for your photos. If it's not large enough, then now is the time to go to layers, grab that white circle and make that white circle smaller so that the photo area is right for you. So just picture this. The black area is where your photos are going to be. And all the white areas are going to be transparent areas. Now, if you want to put another frame inside there, you can do that too, but it's really not necessary because we have circle frames right in Canva that we can use. If you want to make the circle taller, like more oval, you can do that as well. You can make it oval. Okay, I'm just going to keep it as a round circle, and we're going to proceed to the next step. So I'm going to come over here to the share button. I'm going to download this. I'm going to download this as a JPEG, and I'm okay with the rest of the settings. I'll just click download, and there it is right there. I'm now going to go to a website called convertio.co. This is 100% free to use. I use it often to convert all my files to vector files. I never skip this step at all. I'm going to choose my file, and I'm going to choose this one right here, which is that JPEG file. I'll say open. And over here where I'm converting it, I'm going to select that down arrow, go to vector, and select SVG. And over here at the orange button, I'm going to say convert. Once it's done, I'll be able to download it. There it is. I'm going to select the download button, and that will download that SVG file into my downloads folder. So there it is right there. We're now going to go to Figma. And Figma is one of the programs that I use. I also use Photopea, but for this specific frame, or photo collage frame, I'm going to use Figma. All you have to do is sign up for an account with Figma, and then you can start to use it. So I'm going to click the design option. Here is my workspace. I'm going to come up top here, and I'm going to go to file, and I'm going to place an image. Now this is the image I want to place. That was my SVG. I'm going to say open, and you'll see that I've got like a cursor with a square that says SVG. So I'm just going to place that circle right on my workspace. Here it is right here. We're going to notice on our left side that we have a couple of layers and groups, and we really want this group here, and that is those vector sections that we want to keep separate and convert to a Canva frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move this group up top. And I'm going to get rid of this because I don't need that anymore. So here is that group. I am going to select that group. And then I'm going to come over here onto my right side. And where it says fill, I'm going to click that. And there's an option here for images. And I'm going to select the images option. So here it is right here. We're pretty much done with this. What we're going to do is we're going to come down over here to export, and I'm going to export this as a PDF. So I'm going to export this group, and that will send it into my downloads folder. We're now going to go back to Canva. I'm going to add a page, and I'm going to grab that PDF. Here it is right here, and I'm just going to drag and drop it right onto my workspace. We're going to notice here on my projects file that it was blue and it was uploading. I'm going to click that. So here is that upload right there. I'm going to select it, and here is the file that we just downloaded. And we'll notice that it has these checkered image design inside there. We just need to click and delete, and that will expose the frame for us. Now, some of the times when we're downloading these, we get an extra layer. It might be the whole SVG. If you do, you can just delete that. I didn't get that this time, but if you do, you can just delete it or even use it to create a shadow behind your design. Now, all we're left to do here is just grab a couple of photos and put them right inside. So I'm going to just grab a couple of photos, and I'm going to start placing them right inside. And to readjust the photo, just double click, and then you can just move the photo where you need to. And for the final image, I'm going to grab this photo right here. I'm going to remove the background and I'm going to place the image right in the center there. And I'm going to take a duplicate and put it right on top. I'll go to position and I'll move the first one behind all of the frames. And then for the second one, I'm just going to crop it so that it looks like they are just popping out of the frame like that. And I see there's a little sticking out there. I'm just going to adjust that as well. And like any other frames, we can also add borders. So I can just click on one of the frames and come up and select the border, and we can turn borders on. If you want to change the border color, you can just come up here, and we can also change the border color to anything that you want. And if you wanted a circle frame in the middle there, all you have to do is just come here, go down to frames, press the circle frame, and you'll be able to just nudge a frame right in the middle there to use as needed. I'll also have this frame set available in my shop. If you're interested, I'll leave the link in the first pinned comment. What did you think of this tutorial? Did you learn anything? Tell me, do I talk too much? Let me know in the comments, and let me know, now that you know how to create frames, what are you going to do with this? Anyhow, if you learned anything, my friends, press the like button, subscribe, and turn that notification bell on. If you want to learn more about my live classes, let me know in the comments and I'll give you more information. For now, I'm going to say bye-bye until next time.